Good day everyone. Today, we are going to explore an exciting PhET simulation called Forces and Motion. But before that, let us read our learning outcomes or the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to define the term net force and describe how it affects the motion of an object. Differentiate between balanced and unbalanced forces through observation using the PhET simulation, and demonstrate how changes in the strength and direction of forces influence the movement of an object in the tug-of-war simulation. In this lesson, we'll focus on the concept of net force using a fun example, a tug-of-war between two teams. Have you ever played tug-of-war before? If both sides pull the rope with the same strength, the rope doesn't move. But if one side pulls harder, the rope moves towards that side. This is exactly what we'll see in our simulation. But before that, let us discuss what is force. A force is simply a push or pull. In this simulation, both the blue team and the red team are pulling the rope. The arrows on the screen shows how strong each team is pulling. That's measured in newtons or the N. The longer the arrow, the stronger the force. Now let's look what happens in this example. The blue team pulls with 200 Newton, while the red team pulls with the 250 Newton. The difference between them is 50 Newton, and that's what we call net force. The net force is the total effect of all forces acting on an object. It tells us which way the object will move. Since the red team's force is stronger, the cart moves toward the right. If both teams pull with the same amount of force, for example, 200 Newton on both sides, the forces are balanced. When forces are balanced, the object does not move. It either stays still or continues moving at the same speed. But when one team pulls harder, like 250 versus 200 Newton, the forces are unbalanced. The stronger side wins and the cart moves in their direction. This shows that unbalanced forces cause an object to move or change direction. The bigger the difference in force, the fastest the cart moves. And we can see that in speed meter in the middle of the screen. In this simulation, there are three important check boxes on the side. First is the sum of forces. This shows the total or combined force acting on the cart. Next is the values. This displays the exact amount of force and newtons. Next, this shows how fast the cart moves depending on the forces applied. When we tick these boxes, we can clearly see how changes in force affect the cart's movement. This is just like in real life. When you push a shopping cart with equal force from both sides, it doesn't move. That's balance. But if one person pushes harder, the cart moves towards the stronger the push. This is unbalanced. We experience this every day when walking, pushing doors, or playing games. All these involve forces. So in conclusion, what did we learn today? So force is a push or a pull. And a balanced forces keeps an object still or moving steadily. Next is the unbalanced forces. Causes a change in motion. Net force is the total force that determines direction and speed. Through this PhET simulation, we can see that understanding forces help us explain motion in our daily lives. I hope you enjoy learning with me. Thank you and God bless everyone.